Taiwan is arming itself to beat a Chinese invasion. Some new weapons are better than others. The Taiwanese Defense Ministry is asking lawmakers for $17 billion for 2022. That record budget, accounting for 2.3% of the country's gross domestic product, would be a 5% boost over 2021 spending. The budget would pay for, among other things, new air defense missiles for the Navy's 6 Kang Ding-class frigates plus 4 MQ-9B armed drones for the Air Force, as well as a host of missiles for that service's growing fleet of new F-16V fighters. Most of the proposed expenditures, but not all, align with Taiwan's increasingly defensive war strategy. Where once the 24 million-person island democracy boasted more and better ships, planes, and tanks than its much more populous enemy, today China with its 1.4 billion people has a quantitative and, increasingly, qualitative military advantage over Taiwan. So Taipei increasingly is leaning on the natural advantage any defender has against an attacker. Unifying Taiwan with China is the central tenet of the Chinese Communist Party's foreign policy. But Chinese troops have to go to Taiwan to get what Beijing wants. Taiwanese troops don't have to move an inch. And they've had decades to dig in. Strategists have a word for this defensive crouch. It's the porcupine approach to warfare. It's not for no reason that missiles, plus sensors to guide them and vehicles to launch them, lately have dominated Taipei's spending plans. In recent years, Taiwanese officials have initiated large-scale purchases of new anti-ship, land attack and anti-air missiles. The porcupine spines. Many hundreds of them. The idea is to lob so many missiles at an incoming Chinese invasion force that the munitions overwhelm the invaders' defenses. The goal is to sink half of the potentially hundreds of large ships carrying Chinese troops toward Taiwan's ports and beaches. Not all missiles are created equal, however. And some of the investments the Taiwanese military wants to make in 2022 are more worthwhile than others.